Hey, when did Pokemon Sun and Moon come out? That was 2016, right?
Yeah.
That was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And you're just now getting to this video?
Yeah. Back when Decidueye was first revealed as the final evolution of Rowlet, the grass-type starter in Pokemon Sun and Moon, people were rightfully confused. Why did it... Why did he swap flying for ghosts? And well, there are a number of reasons, hence there being a number of other videos answering the question. But the most viewed one is,
He's Mexican. Mexican culture sees Mexican folklore recognized in Mexico and Mexico.
While I wouldn't go as far as to say it's wrong, it's, well, it's not the only thing, as we don't even have to leave Hawaii. So, let's take a look at this whole line, see their origins, and explain why Decidueye is grass type. I meant ghost type. Obviously it's grass because it's a tree. It's got leaves all up in its feathers. And based on the name, it's a deciduous tree. I mean, obviously. Deciduous trees are those trees that shed their leaves for winter. Or, their colloquial term, they die in winter. Oh, but there's the ghost typing reasoning! Alright, but really though, let's start with Rowlet. It's an owlet. A baby owl. And a very round one at that, is the name. Judging by the fact that it's from Alola, which is Hawaii, and that it has this face and smooth, round body, it's safe to say that it's a barn owl. What are barn owls doing in Hawaii? The same thing all the mongooses are doing. In the mid-20th century, people brought a few dozen of these owls over to help them deal with the rat problem. Rats are a dangerous invasive species to the local ecosystem, and people were having a lot of problems with them. So they brought in another invasive species to help, mongoose. But the mongoose didn't do the best job. So they brought in barn owls also. And help they did. Rat numbers went way down, and so did a lot of other native things, like other birds. Oh man. Rowlet evolves into Dartrix, which throws leaf darts and gets its name from dart, and Strix, which is the name of a genus of owls, more commonly known as wood owls. So, tree stuff. Wood. Neat. Now, Dartrix is not as smooth and round as Rowlet, and it's also got its hairline thing going on. Now get a load of this Pueo owl, which actually is an owl native to Hawaii. Or at least it's been there longer than we've been recording such things. It's just not great at catching rats, which is why the barn owls were brought in. But the combination of all these rats and the people and the owls that are better at hunting, and the Pueo owls being not as good at hunting, they're endangered now. Like, critically endangered. And then, you know why they call it Decidueye? Because of these two eyes. Typically speaking, we don't see owls with really dominant legs like this, right? It's a very stand-outy trait. But there is one owl in Hawaii that does in fact have legs like this. Though by I mean was. It's extinct now. The stilt owl. But they are all dead. Which is why it's ghost type now! It's all dead and stuff! But no. There's more. Owls in cultures across basically everywhere, all over the world, represent things like wisdom. Most of us know that. But them having to do with death is also surprisingly common, hence that connection to Santa Muerte that Gaiden Goomba made. But also, the native people of the Sierras believed owls guided souls to the underworld. The Apache believed dreaming of an owl spelled doom. The Cree believe owl whistles were summons from spirits. The Hopis, or Hopis, see owls as the god of the dead. The Kwakiutl believed owls were souls. And similarly, the Mojave and Nuux believed that after death, one would become an owl. And leaving the Americas, even the ancient Greeks and Romans believed owls could sense imminent death. The Celts saw them as beings of the underworld. In Arabia, there was a so-called death owl that channels the cries from souls of slain men who had not been avenged. Polish folklore also included being turned into an owl after death. And to the ancient Sumerians, the goddess of death was attended by owls. So clearly, owls have loads of powers in folklore and mythology that relate to souls and the dead. Hence ghosts. But I mean, of course I saved the Hawaiian connection for last. In Hawaiian mythology, everyone has an aumakua, or a family god, a familial spirit, the souls of your ancestors residing in a plant, item, or animal to guide and protect you. And the most common of these were sea turtles, sharks, lizards, but most of all, of course, pueo owls, filled with the spirits of your dead relatives. Thus, Decidueye is ghost type. Not because it is a ghost itself, but because it is one with the powers of the spirit realm. It's not a ghost on the outside. It's got ghosts on the inside. And it's what's on the inside that counts. Life lessons with Lockstin. Never stop using your noggin. And check out Gnoggin.net for some cool merchandise. Maybe consider supporting our efforts to make quality Pokemon content on Patreon. Links are all below. Love you!